Does this sound like someone you know when they come across a challenge or something they've never done before? They don't believe they have what it takes and find reasons to avoid it. They feel other people can do it because they're born with it, and it's not something they can get better at with effort. They're closed off to feedback. What do they have in common, and how can they change their mindset so that they can make decisions to help them tap into their potential instead? Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond Yourself. In our last video, we talked about fixed mindset and growth mindset. We provide examples to help you recognize what mindset you may be in. In this video, we'll provide you with 3 methods to shift your mindset to growth. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more content and share this video to help more people go beyond themselves. Let's briefly review the difference between the two before we look into how to shift from fixed to growth. Fixed mindset is the belief that talent is innate and it cannot be developed. Those in fixed mindset are concerned about being judged, so less likely to take on new challenges and seek help. They will keep trying to prove that they are better than others. They will refrain from making mistakes and failure is out of question. Since they believe talent can't be changed, they also believe other people can't change. In contrast, growth mindset is the belief that talent can be developed with effort and hard work. People in growth mindset seek new challenges and continuously look for ways to improve themselves. They will learn from mistakes and failures. Remember from our last video that we have both fixed and growth mindset, but the important thing is your mindset can change. Let's take a look at how we can incorporate more growth mindset in our everyday life. Here are 3 methods to help you shift into growth mindset. I'd like to invite you to play a game. For the next 20 seconds or so, count the number of black spots that appear on the screen. Ready? How many black dots did you count? Most importantly, did you notice the number 3 pop up on your screen? When we're so focused on a task, sometimes we can become effectively blind to what happens outside our focus. This is kind of like when we're in fixed mindset, believing that talent is fixed and can't be changed. We may miss out on possibilities from being in a fixed mindset. How many times do you take a pause during your day? Even for a few seconds. We often go about our days occupied with tasks, thoughts, problems, just like when we're being occupied with counting the number of black dots and missing out on other things that may require our attention, which can result in different decisions. Take a pause once in a while, especially when you're frustrated, learning something new, or taking on challenges. When you're taking a pause, ask yourself, what mindset am I in? This way you can bring awareness to the mindset you're currently in. Oftentimes, when we perceive threat, our response can be automatic and not conscious. Think about how you react when you don't feel valued, you're in uncertain situations, or you feel like you don't belong. Likely your reactions can be linked back to fight, flight, or freeze. The fight, flight, or freeze response is a physiological reaction as a result of a perceived harmful event, attack, or threat to our survival. While this response was a survival instinct developed by our ancestors, which was meant to protect us, it can hinder our growth in situations we now face in everyday life and work. When our brain perceives threat, it feels like we're in physical danger, but we're actually not. Most of the threat we perceive today are from social situations, and when we experience threat, we're more likely to stick to what feels safe and comfortable. Sometimes we may become defensive and put blame on others. Sound familiar to fixed mindset? We'll talk more about how our threat response can impact us in our next video. The important thing is you can reduce the level of threat you experience, which allows you to tap into your cognitive abilities. I'll provide an example later to illustrate how one can incorporate all 3 methods in a scenario. It's a 3-letter word, but very powerful. Carol Dweck found in her research when people say, I can't do it, there's no activity in the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for executive functioning, such as decision-making, planning, and social behavior. On the other hand, if one says, I can't do it yet, in the brain scan, they found that the brain is full of activities. It is actively seeking for a solution. So the next time you find yourself in a state of, I can't do this, shift your language and incorporate the concept of yet. Say the following phrase out loud, and notice how the words make you feel. I failed. Now say this instead. I found a way that didn't work. Notice the difference. The former feels like you've hit a dead end, while the latter feels more empowering, as if a window opened up. Let's see how these can be applied in a work situation. Let's meet Samir. Samir recently landed a new job. After a month on the job, his manager approached him and asked him to lead a global project. While he has led projects before, he hasn't done it on a global scale. And being new to the company, he's afraid he will mess up and it'll leave a bad impression on the rest of the team. He feels it's better to let someone else take this on. How can Samir use the 3 methods to help him overcome the situation? First, he can take a pause to recognize that he is currently in fixed mindset, and perhaps he is experiencing the threat of uncertainty from being in a new company and taking on a stretch assignment. Then, to help level this perceived threat, he can assess what are things that are predictable and within his control. Then focus efforts on those things or tasks. This can help bring back some certainty. Lastly, for things he doesn't know how to do or skills and experiences he doesn't currently have, he can practice the power of yet. He can start by building on his past experiences. What are things he already knows how to do that he can leverage for this project? How can he build new skills and capabilities? And who can he go for help? Let's summarize how we can shift into growth mindset. First, take a pause to recognize what mindset you're in. Second, recognize when you're in a state of threat and take actions to move into reward. Lastly, tap into the power of yet. We hope this video has been helpful to you so you can practice a growth mindset and reap the powerful impact that it can have on your life.